Hey everyone, today's video is going to be another Tesco food haul. I actually filmed this about 3 weeks ago now, but I completely forgot to film an intro and an outro, which is why I'm filming one now as I literally edit the video. Please excuse my appearance. It is currently a Sunday and I went on a very long walk yesterday, although I feel like the fact that it's a Sunday is a good enough excuse to not look very put together. But I'm going to chat you through all of the food bits that I picked up. In total, the shop came to around £43. And it's lasted me about 3 weeks. I have picked up a few things here and there, but I've only just done another top-up shop today, so about 3 weeks worth of food for £43, as well as everything that I had in already. But yeah, I will show you guys what I picked up. Where they had a few things out of stock in my last online delivery, it meant that there were a few meals I couldn't really have without doing a top-up shop. So things like the burgers I haven't really eaten yet, just because I didn't have the burger buns to have them with. So all of those I've still got left in my freezer, which is why I picked up far less frozen stuff this week. But I will show you all of the things I did pick up. Starting with all of the fruit and veg bits that I picked up, a lot of these are similar to my previous shops just because I do have a few staples that I get every single time. I do think the fruit and veg was cheaper this time than it is normally. I noticed when I was doing the order that a lot of things were Aldi price matched, which meant they were cheaper than they would be normally. So that is great. I didn't even realise that was a thing. So if it means I can get a Tesco delivery for the same price that I would get stuff in Aldi, I feel like that's a win. But this is everything that I picked up. I got some kale for 63p and spinach for £1.3p. These I use in pretty much all my meals. I love making pasta with kale. If I have any sort of meal, I'll always add spinach pretty much. I use it like lettuce, so any sort of salad, I'll always use spinach. Cooked meals, I'll also add spinach in as well. I am trying to eat more kale though, which is why I picked up both this week, but I will get through both of these pretty quickly. I then picked up 2 things of mushrooms for 82p each. These are another staple for me. I will put these in most meals I make. This week I really wanted to make some creamy mushroom spaghetti, which used to be like a staple dinner for me before I moved on to making the kind of kale, cherry tomato, garlic and olive oil pasta that I make all of the time now. I used to make creamy mushroom spaghetti all of the time, so that was my plan for this week, although I did have a mishap with the cream, which you'll see later on in the haul. But either way, I will definitely make my way through these mushrooms. I got a red cabbage for 55p. This thing is absolutely huge and it's going to take me a long while to get through. My plan is to make some coleslaw with this, with some leftover carrots that I've got in the fridge. Honestly, homemade coleslaw is like the easiest thing ever. I have a really good homemade vegan mayo recipe that I make, and then I'll just chop up this finally and also grate some carrots, a little bit of red onion, and that will be pretty much it. I like to make a big batch of this and then I'll just eat it on various meals throughout the week, so it's definitely going to take me a while to get through this, but it's going to be a whole lot of coleslaw. I picked up 1 parsnip, which was 22p. You might have seen in my last haul that I picked up a couple of these last month. Really annoyingly, they both went completely rotten. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was my fault for leaving them too long, although I feel like I've had parsnips for way longer than I had the last ones before and they hadn't gone mouldy, but those two I had to end up throwing away, which literally hurts my soul because I hate food wastage and I hate throwing stuff away. But they went rotten really quickly, so I'm going to learn my lesson and I'm going to have this super soon. I'm not going to leave this to go mouldy. Gonna have this with like a roast dinner or something along those sorts of lines. I got some peppers for 92p, again another staple for me. I'll put these in most meals I make, any sort of fajitas, curries, literally anything. I'll eat these raw as a snack with some hummus. I'm obsessed with peppers. I feel like they're in my top 3 vegetables, so I have to get these in every shop that I do. I also got a cucumber, which is another staple. This was 45p, and I'll have this either as cucumber sticks and hummus, or I'll just chop it up for salads and things like that. I got some avocados for £1.15. Again, these were another Aldi price match. I feel like they're normally £1.30-ish, so saved myself like 15p there. If you've seen some of my previous videos, I had a right nightmare with avocados where I think I had 11 avocados in total that were completely rotten. Honestly, it was a really sad time. I felt like the avocado gods were just against me, but I have had a few avocados since and they've been absolutely fine. So praying it's the same for these ones because I just can't deal with another mouldy avocado. But these I'll mostly use for my lunches, some avocado toast or avocado on a bagel. I then got some sweet potatoes for 99p and some regular potatoes for £1.9p. Again, I'll use these in various meals. I really like making katsu curry with these. Normal potatoes I'll make into chips or mash or roast potatoes. I really want to go all out and do a proper roast with the parsnip and some roast potatoes. I've also got some stuffing left from my previous food shop, so I just want to make a really good roast dinner at some point in the next couple of weeks, especially if it's on a day where it's wet and miserable like it is today. So that is how these will be used. Again, these will probably be in my cupboard for quite a while. I find that they don't really go off very quickly, and I eat potatoes way past their best. Like, they could be sprouted and I'll just chop off those bits and eat them regardless. So I'll probably have these in my cupboard for quite a few weeks. Fruit wise, I got some apples for £1.15 and some grapes for £1.06. These, I was very surprised at how cheap they were. I wasn't expecting them to be quite so affordable. I'm guessing this brand is like the cheap brand for Tesco, or one of them. I know that a few of their different vegetable ranges have different brands, but these were super affordable. My plan for these grapes is to make a very extra cheese board this evening. I will insert a picture now if it's a success, but quite a few things in this shop are for that. My mum very kindly got me some vegan cheese for my birthday, so I want to go all out and make the most of it. So I've got a few things to add on that cheese board, grapes being one of them, but I like grapes either way. I will definitely snack on any leftovers of these. Same with apples. I will probably chop up one for the cheese board, but these are mostly just for snacking. I feel like these are the only fruit that I actually enjoy snacking on, so I'll get through these pretty quickly. Moving on to all of the carby bits, I got these vegan brioche buns for £1.20. If you've seen my last food haul, you will have known that these I ordered in my last shop and they didn't come because they were out of stock, and I was so sad about it. I tried these in my vegan taste test and they're honestly so good. They just make any sort of burger taste 10 times better, so I'm so happy that they were in stock this time. Like I already said, I've got a few burgers left in my freezer from my last shop, so I will be having those in these, and I am very excited about it. I got this tiger bread batten for 45p. Again, this is going to be a part of the cheese board. I love tiger bread. I feel like it's an elite bread. It is my all-time fave. I did actually buy a small loaf over the weekend, which I made my way through very quickly. So I'm excited to have some of this evening and leftovers tomorrow for lunch. I then picked up these really cute little tortillas for 70p. I literally never buy the small tortillas. I always go for the normal size because I feel like it works out better value for money. They probably definitely charge more for these than they do the big ones, but I really want to make some little soft shell tacos this month. I've got some pickled onions that my mum made me and some various other bits I've already got in my cupboards that I just thought would work really well in a taco, so that is why I picked these up. I got my good old 20p spaghetti, which I feel like I've spoken about on my channel far too many times already. I just think, why spend so much money on pasta when you could get the exact same thing for far cheaper, so just needed to stock up on some more of that. And then I also was running low on oats, so these are 75p. And I will mostly just have these for porridge for breakfast. I then got 8 things of soy milk for 59p each. This kind of looks a little bit excessive, but I've mentioned in videos before how I hate carrying my shopping back from town. So if I can stock up on the heavy things on an online order, I will just do that, and it just means I don't need to buy milk for a while. This will probably last me a good 6 weeks or so, so I won't need to be buying milk for a little while. These are actually my favourite cheap non-dairy milks to get because I don't feel like they have a strong soy flavour. I definitely prefer these over the cheap soy milks that you get in Asda, so that is why I picked up so many of those. Moving on to some more cupboardy bits, I got 2 of these microwavable rice for 65p each. This is a little bit of a rogue purchase for me. I don't normally buy microwave rice because I know it's so much cheaper just to make your own, but I've really been struggling with lunch ideas recently, so I thought I would pick up a couple of these just because they're so quick and easy. If I can't think of anything that I fancy, I can just shove this in the microwave and add some veg or something, so that is why I picked these up to try, but I'm hoping I don't make a habit of this because I know it's definitely cheaper just to make my own. I got a few different cans, so I got some black beans for 55p, green lentils also 55p, and some coconut milk for 69p. I'm going to be making some jackfruit with black beans that I showed in my lunch video, so that is where these will be used. Green lentils, I just really like having these in. I feel like they're really good at making quick dinners. I would happily just drain some of these and season them to have with the rice, and I feel like that's a fairly decent meal. Lentils obviously have protein, and then I can get the carbs from the rice. And then coconut milk, I've just got that to keep in my cupboard for if I want to make a curry at some point. Another rogue purchase for me are these beef stock cubes. They're obviously meat-free and suitable for vegans. I have never bought anything like this before. I use veg stock for the most part, or if I'm like flavouring a bolognese or a chili or something, I'll just use some onion gravy granules. but I just thought these would be an interesting buy. I got to the point where I wanted to add a couple of bits just to make my shopping reach the £40 minimum spend, so I thought I would try these out. I really want to make a sort of steak and onion pie this month, and I thought these would be a really good way of flavouring some seitan I have in, which I'm going to put in that pie. So I'm going to use these to make some sort of pie gravy, I guess, and see how they go. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't think I've had anything along these sorts of lines before, but I will see what these taste like. I got some gherkins for £1. Again, another heavy thing that I just don't really fancy carrying back from town if I can avoid it. I did pick up some of these in my last shop, and I've just become really addicted to gherkins recently. I don't know what it is. I just really enjoy snacking on these, so I'll just have a couple straight from the jar, or if I'm having any sort of burger, I'll have it in that as well. So just stocked up on some more of those. And then another thing that's becoming a regular purchase for me is this Tesco Zesty Orange Dark Chocolate. This is £1, and this is just my favourite dark chocolate. I love orange chocolate. I will have like a square or two of these in the evening, and it just hits the spot if I want something a little bit sweet. I don't have a massive sweet tooth, so I'm definitely more of a dark chocolate kind of person, so I had to stock up on some more of this. And then finally, in terms of fridge and freezer bits, I got these Richmond Sausages for £2. I am so happy they're now doing frozen versions of these. Before, I would always get the fridge ones and then freeze them, and they would all stick together, and it would be a right nightmare to defrost and eat. So I'm hoping, because these are already frozen, they'll be not attached to one another, and I can just take out a couple at a time when I need them. Didn't get any sausages in my last shop as well. That was another thing that they didn't have in stock, so I'm excited to have these. I will probably have them as part of my roast dinner, or I'll have sausages and mash at some point as well this month. I got some pastry for £1. This is accidentally vegan. Like I've already mentioned, I want to make some sort of vegan steak and onion pie, so I'm going to be using this pastry for that, and if there's any left over, I'll probably make some sort of pesto tart. I feel like that's a really easy dinner or lunch to make, literally just putting some pesto on this pastry and any vegetables I have in the fridge. So this will definitely be used pretty quickly. I got some corn ham free slices for £1.85. This is not something I buy really ever. I'm pretty sure I've never bought these in my life. But again, I thought this would work well on the cheese board or grazing board that I'm making this evening. Again, you would have seen what that looked like already if it was a success. If it was really ugly, then I won't be including a picture, but I'm going to be folding up some of these to have on that plate as well. I got this Outpro high protein strawberry and raspberry yogurt for 75p. I absolutely love these, but I just think they're so expensive that I cannot justify getting them on a regular basis. But I think they had like 25p off or something, so I figured I would treat myself this month. Again, I only got one because I just think they're so overpriced, but they taste good, so I'm gonna enjoy snacking on this at some point this month. And then finally, the thing that I am so sad about is this double cream. This was 89p, and I thought it was the vegan double cream. I literally just saw cream alternative and I just assumed, well, this must be the vegan one. Didn't double check, and then this turned up and I was like, wait a second, this looks like normal cream, and yes, it's got dairy in, which I'm very sad about. I then looked on the Tesco website and they do sell the vegan one as well, so I don't know how I didn't find that one and I found this one instead. Super gutted because obviously I can't eat this, so I'm hoping at some point my mum might come over and I can give this to her. I don't want to waste it. If not, I might knock on one of my neighbours' doors and see if they want it. I'm just really sad because I was so excited for my creamy mushroom spaghetti. So I think I'm gonna have to go into town and get some actual vegan cream. The Elmley one I just think is so good. I also like the Outpro one and supermarket own brand vegan creams, but I just thought I would treat myself to the Elmley brand one this month. But I didn't. I made such an error with that. So this will be going somewhere else and I will not be eating it, and I will be replacing it hopefully with a vegan one. So that is everything that I picked up in this food haul. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.